Good afternoon, my dear student. Now we are going to start our chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. In chapter number 1, we have discussed about nutrition in plants. Like plants, animals also need food. They need food for growth and development. They also need food to perform the basic life processes like reproduction, excretion, and respiration. Animals are generally heterotrophs. Human beings are also heterotroph and they have well developed digestive system for digestion of food. Now in this chapter we are going to read about the different parts of the digestive system. So let's start our chapter number 2, nutrition in animals. So students, let's start our chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. Nutrition is the process by which organisms to obtain food and energy for growth and repair and maintenance of the body. Animals feed by taking in complex organic matter. Majority of animals feed by taking in complex solid organic matter. This mode of feeding is known as holozoic nutrition. So let's talk about little bit basic things of the chapter. In the previous chapter, we have learned that plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, but animals cannot. They get their food from plants. All organisms need food for their survival and growth. So my dear student, it is clear to you that in previous chapter, that is nutrition in plants, we have learned that plants are photosynthetic. Uh, it means they carry out the process of photosynthesis in the presence of sun and they make their food. But animals, they cannot do the process of photosynthesis. That's why they directly or indirectly depend on plant for their food. So it means that what all organisms need food for their growth and survival. So food is very essential for growth and survival for each and every living being. In animals, nutrition requirement, mode of intaking food and its utilization in the body complete the process of nutrition. So in human beings, the process of nutrition is completed only when the mode of intaking food and its utilization in the body completed. So that is the meaning of nutrient requirement. So when it is completed when human beings they take food. It means that mode of intaking food, जब हम food खाते हैं, it means when we are taking food inside our mouth and its utilization is completed by our body, or when its utilization is complete in our body, then it is called as the process of nutrition, and it is a nutrient requirement in uh, animals or human being. Since food has many complex components like carbohydrates, proteins, etc. So about food components, you know very well, different components are present in our food. So they need to be broken down into simpler substances for their complete utilization by the body. The process of digestion includes breaking down of complex substances into simpler one. So students, the form in which we are taking food, that is not accepted by our body. So that complex form of food is broken down into the simpler one. हमारी बॉडी में हम फूड खाते हैं वो हमारी बॉडी उस फॉर्म में एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है. दैट कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म ऑफ फूड इज breaking down into the simpler ones. Means the complex food is broken down into the simpler forms, and that simpler forms only accepted by our body. So our next topic is different ways of taking food. Different organisms use different methods to take food. Each animal has some special structure on its body to procure food. So students, different animal, they have different methods of taking food, and for this animals, they have a special structure or organ on its body part to procure food. Procure means to obtain food. So they have special structures on their body to obtain food. Okay, so let's start next. Animals such as cow, horse, etc. pick up food directly into their mouth. So in case of animals like cow, horse, they directly pick their food from their mouth. Human beings use their hands to put food into their mouth, and we human beings, by the help of our hands, we used to put our food into our mouth. Now, let's know about some other animals also, some other organisms also. So, in order to that, we will talk about amoeba. Amoeba uses its force. Amoeba uses its feet called pseudopodia to engulf the food particles. So, let's first we will talk about amoeba. Amoeba is an organism made up of a single cell and is known as unicellular. So those organisms which is made up of single cell, we call them unicellular organism. So amoeba is an unicellular organism, means it is made up of single cell. It is usually found in ponds and ditches. Its food consists of the microscopic organism found in these water bodies. It does not have a very structured body. So amoeba is irregular in shape. When amoeba senses food, its form finger-like projections called false feet or pseudopodia, which completely encloses the food, resulting in the form of a space or cavity called a food vacuole. Some digestive juices are secreted in the food vacuole and the food is digested there. It is then absorbed and assimilated, and then undigested part is thrown out through a temporary vacuole. So students, let's see the nutrition in amoeba. See in figure number 1 how bacteria, it means that how intake of nutrition is done in bacteria. You can understand by the help of figure. So that pseudopodia, it means the projection, that finger like projection is called pseudopodia. It is known as false feet. So I hope you will better understand the intake of nutrition in amoeba by the figure. See that is bacteria, it means how intake of food. Now here pseudopodia forming food vacuole. Then you see figure number 4, and then how food is digested, what happened to undigested food and what happened to digested food. So that it is then absorbed and assimilated, and the undigested part is thrown out through a temporary vacuole. It is showing in picture how undigested food is thrown out from the body and digested food is utilized by the body. Okay, let's move back to the next. Now we will talk about a paramecium. So paramecium is also an unicellular organism. So a paramecium has a brush like body structure called cilia. It sweeps food particle from water with the help of these structures. So paramecium has what? It has a brush like structure on its body, and by the help of that cilia it do what? It helps to obtain food. It means it helps to capture or remove a food particle from water by the help of the cilia. So you just see the picture of this is the picture of amoeba, and this is the picture of paramecium. Now see the picture of paramecium. It has cilia on its body surface. And what is cilia? A paramecium has brush-like body structure called cilia. So by the help of cilia, it sweeps food particle from water. So let's talk about frog. A frog uses its tongue to catch its prey. Similarly, a butterfly uses its feeding tube to suck the nectar. So, frog tongue is very sticky, so it can easily catch its prey by the help of its tongue. And butterfly has a feeding tube, antenna like structure you have seen in butterflies. So a butterfly uses its feeding tube to suck the nectar. So it sucks nectar from flowers by the help of its feeding tube. Now, Hydra uses tentacles with sting cells to kill the prey, and a spider spins web around it to catch its prey. So Hydra, let's see the picture of Hydra, you will better understand. So this is Hydra. See, this is the tentacle of Hydra, and this is the picture of Hydra. So Hydra uses tentacles with sting cells. So sting cells, it is a type of a cell which helps to capture its prey. So it means that sting cells are present on tentacles, and by the help of that tentacles, Hydra they capture its prey. And spider spins web around it to catch its prey. So what spiders do? So spiders, they spin web around it to catch its prey. So आप लोगों ने देखा भी होगा रूम में जो वॉल होते हैं कॉर्नर्स में, जो स्पाइडर होते हैं वो कैसे अपना कैसे वेब बनाते हैं. तो वेब बनाने का रीज़न यही होता है कि जो इंसेक्ट्स होते हैं वो वेब में फंस जाएं, एंड स्पाइडर दे कैन इजीली कैच द इंसेक्ट्स फ्रॉम दैट वेब. So see pictures. One again, that is nutrition in amoeba. This is the picture of amoeba, paramecium, Hydra. Draw all this picture in your science copy. So let's start digestion in humans, or nutrition in humans. The process of digestion starts in the mouth and ends at the anus. It involves many steps. The organ which constitute the digestive system are mouth and buccal cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. This tract from esophagus to the anus form the alimentary canal. So what is alimentary canal? So alimentary canal means a long passage inside our body which food moves along from the mouth to the opening where it leaves our body as waste. So it is a process. It means that alimentary canal means the whole process of our digestive system. It means what are the part consist inside our digestive system, that all together they form alimentary canal. So the process of digestion start in mouth and it ends at the anus. Now human beings are omnivorous and thus can digest both plant and animal products. They have a well developed digestive system. It starts from mouth and ends at anus. It consists of gut or alimentary canal. So what is alimentary canal? Don't forget, alimentary canal is a long passage inside our body which food moves along from the mouth to the opening where it leaves our body as waste. So listen carefully. It consists of gut or alimentary canal and glands associated with it. The organ of digestive system form a canal called as alimentary canal or gut. The gut is like a tube that extends from the mouth to the anus, with most of its length coiled in the abdomen or abdominal cavity. Abdominal cavity means largest hollow space of the body. Now see that This is the picture of or diagram of human digestive system. So you see that all the parts. This is buccal cavity. Now we have salivary gland, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, pancreas, large intestine, stomach, small intestine, rectum, anus. So all these organs, they together constitute our digestive system or alimentary canal. Now we will read about them one by one. So first, the food components gradually digested as the food passes through the various compartments. So when we eat food, that food is passes through all these compartments, and they digested gradually. It means धीरे धीरे slowly जो फूड हम खाते हैं वो डाइजेस्ट होना स्टार्ट होता है when that food particles passes through all these various compartments. So let's talk about what are the main steps of digestion in humans. Then we will start the discussion of digestive system. But first we should know about that what are the main steps of digestion in humans. In animals or humans, nutrition consists of the following process. So first, egestion. The process of taking food is called egestion. In human beings, egestion take place through the mouth. Okay, so egestion means food is taken in the body, and where it begins in humans, it begins through the mouth. So it means that the process of digestion start from mouth. Second, we have digestion. The breaking down of food into simpler and soluble molecules inside the body is called digestion. In most animals, the process of digestion begins in the mouth and is completed in the small intestine. So digestion means large food molecules are broken down into smaller, simpler and soluble molecules that can be absorbed into the body. So in most animals, the process of digestion, it begins in mouth and completed in small intestine. Third step is absorption. The process by which soluble molecules present in the digested food pass into the body fluids like blood is called absorption. So it means that the digested food molecules which is present in the digested food, it pass into the body fluids like blood. It means when it is mixed into blood or absorbed by blood, that is called as absorption. So in human beings, absorption take place in the small intestine. So absorption means digested food substances are absorbed into the blood cells. So in human beings, where absorption take place, absorption take place in small intestine. Next we have assimilation. So the process in which the absorbed food is used for producing energy and growth is called assimilation. So assimilation means some of the absorbed food substances are converted into new protoplasm or used to provide energy. It means that that absorbed food is used for producing energy, and that energy is required for growth. So that is called as assimilation. Last step we have egestion. So egestion means the process by which the undigested food material are thrown out of the body is called egestion. So egestion means the removal of undigested food materials from the body. So this is the meaning of egestion. So my dear student, that's all for today's class. Next things about this chapter we will discuss in next video. So please revise all the things, make neat and clean notes in your copy, and draw all the diagram which I explained you in this video. Thanks for watching video.